Hello and welcome to the 29th floor. I'm Noah Robischon here with Mark Wilson. In a couple of days, Google is going to kick off its annual Developers Conference, and we're going to send Harry McCracken and John Brownlee there to cover it live, but Mark and I have a top 10 list of the things we expect to see from Google this year at the I/O conference. Let's kick it off. Number one, Mark, what do you got?
All right, number one, Android M. It's an Android for the enterprise level. It's basically Google's response to Office 365.
So maybe it'll be called Android Microsoft. Just kidding. So number two is Project Ara. These are the modular Android smartphones that were shown off at last year's conference, and they're going to apparently release this later in the year in Puerto Rico for some reason. But I think the hope is that we're going to actually see it become a product at this year's I/O, where they're going to offer pricing and a release date where the public might be able to get their hands on it.
Number three, Android Wear. Apparently the same lab that brought us Project Ara has a new wearable. It's supposed to blow your socks off.
Is it actually a wired sock, do you think?
That's what people are speculating. I do think it's going to actually be a wearable type of piece of apparel.
Undergarment.
It's not a watch, it's a piece of apparel, I think.
Okay, voice control. Google has been making huge advances when it comes to AI voice control, and they have a built-in research tool, which is their search function, that allows them to predict and understand what people are looking for in a way that I think Apple is not able to match yet.
I think that's about it. I mean, this is Google has a huge strategic advantage here by also connecting in search more than ever with their voice control, so we'll see where it goes. Number five, Google Glass 2. I mean, some rumors are saying that we're going to see a new version of Google Glass under Tony Fadell, who obviously brought Nest to Google and created the original iPod. I don't think so. I think it's too soon. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think this is just a rumor. We're not going to see any Google Glass there. I think that'd be crazy. They're going to wait at least a year and come out with a hopefully better product. Number six, a photo service. So Yahoo's Flickr just got good again. Is Google going to come out with something even better? It seems like Google Plus, the only thing it was good at was photos anyhow, so it makes sense that they want to move in this direction. On the other hand, I'd be surprised if they could actually really improve on what's already in the space. There's a lot of competition out there.
Number seven, Google Cardboard. So this is Google's sub $10 VR headset for your cell phone. One reason I think it's going to be a lot bigger at I/O is that they recently recruited the lead designer of Search to run Cardboard, John Wiley, so I think that's interesting. One other reason, Justin Lin, director of the Fast and the Furious, is premiering a VR film at I/O, which I think will be linked potentially to Cardboard, potentially to some of the ATAP projects.
Okay, number eight, Android Auto. So is this the year we're going to see the dashboard for your self-driving car? That's the word. If not, maybe we'll just get something that's going to rival sort of the other dashboard connected kind of services we see out there. But I, for one, would love to see a better version of Google Maps integrated into my car. But the hope is that we're going to see some self-driving sparks and fireworks at this I/O this year.
Number nine, Project TANGO. So this is Google's tablet that can map rooms in 3D and do some really interesting things along those lines. Last year, it was a really great tech demo. This year, I think they need to make it a commercial product. And remember that video directed by the Fast and the Furious guy I just mentioned? It might be on TANGO too.
Okay, number 10, Google Wallet. Apple Pay has gotten so much press and attention this year. You gotta believe Google's gonna try to fight back with something hard in Google Wallet and maybe upgrade some of the abilities, the capabilities in Google Wallet. I have to say that I find this incredibly underwhelming. I think right now the virtual wallet and digital pay space is just becoming fragmented, and it's a complete mess for consumers. Maybe there's an upside for entrepreneurs. They're gonna have more competition, which means lower rates for them in deciding which digital provider they go with. But ultimately, I find the whole digital pay space to be just a mess right now. That's the top 10 list from me and Mark. What do you think is going to be at Google I/O this year? What did we leave off our list? We want to hear from you. #29th floor on Twitter. Thanks, and see you next week.